Hello everybody, this is Hassan Habib. Today I want to talk to you about how to establish a version control and how to link your version control to Windows Azure using TFS Foundation Server integration, um, and how to link all that through your local machine Visual Studio Professional. So let's start with creating a repository. So we want to go to binhabib.visualstudio.com. This is where my repository is. This is a repository, this is a website where we check in, put in our agile, put our tickets, whatever you want. Um, Basically, it gives you two options. You can use Git, GitHub, or Git generally, or just Team Foundation Server. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to use Team Foundation version control. So let's call our project demo project. Create. So now I'm creating like a bucket where I can save my code. Um, the whole reason is to allow more developers from different places across the world to communicate with you and uh, participate in your project. So it's just an empty project. Basically, this empty project has just build process for Windows Azure, continuous deployment. There are things called web jobs, which I'm going to talk about in other videos. So we created our project. So this is our project. It's called demo projects. Let's go to our Visual Studio. And let's start here a new project. I'm going to go with ASP.NET MVC because it's my favorite. I want to add application insights. Let's go ahead and demo project site. Just going to do something really quick to show what we've done is actually can go up on the internet in no time. Alright, so here's my ASP.NET MVC project. It comes up with a bundle of files and pre-configured features. So when you just start from scratch, it just comes back to you with like a Razor Bootstrap website. It just has some guidelines and stuff like that. So we don't really care about that. We're just going to add something really quick in here. So I'm just going to close this one and just go ahead and actually just stop debugging itself. Just turns off that page no matter what browser you are, because Visual Studio allows you to pick what browser or even just pick a specific phone. So but that's out of the scope in here. So let's write an action in here. So let's say it's public action result, say hello, and this is gonna be my view, return view. That's it. So here's one thing. Let's create a view for this guy. So let's say hello page. Alright, say hello page. Let's place that page somewhere here on the front page. So I'm going to go to the shared layout. I'm just going to copy one of these lines in here, paste. Let's say hello. Or yeah, let's just call it hello. Just for the and then let's put here the action, which is what we just made. Say hello, and it's in the home control. Let's see how the website looks like right now. Hello. So when you click here, that'll just take you to the empty web page that we created. Alright, let's make that page do some cool stuff. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go back to my controls. I'm I'm gonna make another action, HTTP post. This action is actually gonna take a parameter on the user. This action result, say hello, and then I'm gonna choose here the form collection. And let's say the form collection returns something. Let's put it in our view bag. So it's view bag name, and whatever the collection returns, we're gonna look for a key in that dictionary that's called name. And then still I'm gonna return the view. So it's the same view. It's gonna show up on the same page. The view itself needs to have some control to post the collection and post these parameters. So let's go ahead and go to the view. I can just right click and then go to view. There it is. Let's separate these guys. It's going to be, and then let's put like a header 3. Please enter your name below, like this. And below that, let's go ahead and start do some Razor Ninja style. So let's put stuff like HTML begin form. We will be at the form. We need to put the action name first, so it's going to be say hello. That's the second action that actually takes parameters, and the other one, the other parameter in this begin form method is going to be the actual control name. In this case, it's home. Alright, we need a label, so let's go ahead also and say HTML label, and let's say this label is for please, or just let's just put name in here. So that's the name. Let's put a text box now. So a text box, let's say it's the name itself. So the text box name is the name, and that text box, that name, is going to basically go ahead in the collection, in the form collection, and go as a key. We will post that in the view bag, and I'll show you in a second what we're going to do with that. We need the submit button, so let's go ahead and say input type submit. Let's put some value here, enter name. Down here below, since we're going to show what we entered in the same page, let's go ahead and call Razor again, but this time we're going to say if viewBag name is not null. Since the viewBag is a dynamic object, it won't, the IntelliSense won't help you a lot in here. There's no way to figure this out yet, but it's in progress. So for now, you need to just remember the properties that you added to your dynamic object. This is the dynamic object. This is the property that I just made up. I don't need to define anything. It predefines itself just like in JavaScript. So in here, if the name is not null, we'll just say header 4, hello, and then whatever the name is, viewBag, like this. Now let's see if that's going to work. Start our project. Hello. Let's put my name in here. So as you see, please enter your name below, name, and then here's the name, and then enter name. So when I click here, it says hello Hassan. Alright, so I got a little application. It's worthless, basically, but that's not the point. The point is just actually put some logic in a web application and then post that on Windows Azure. So let's see how that's going to work. I'm going to go back to my project here. Now pay attention here. I want to add this project to source control first, to Team Foundation Server. So I'm going to right click here, add to source control. I choose Team Foundation Server. I should find my demo project. There it is. At benhabib.visualstudio.com, in the default collection, it found demo project. This is where it's going to be. Now, since my project is called demo project site, I'm just going to click OK. Here's what happens. All these files get a plus right next to them. A plus means this file does not exist on your source control and you need to add it. And now that you created a place for your website, if we go to the browser here and you go to code and then refresh that, it still didn't add your file, so you need to check that in. So let's go ahead and check that in first. So I'm going to check it in and say initiating the project. I'm just going to check in. Yes. It shows you all the files that they're going to add. It's really fast because all of these servers are hosted on the cloud with super strong computers with sometimes 200,000 processors. So there you go. So we got the change set, and here's the changes that we made. Now if we go back to the website, as you see, all these files have been locked. It means that nothing have changed. These files are synchronized perfectly with the repository. So let's go to the repository and just refresh here and let's see what happens. There it is, demo project site, and inside that we're gonna see our code in the controllers, home controller. We're gonna see our magnificent piece of code that we just wrote. There it is. Say hello, whatever. Alright, so we're good here. Now we want to post that on the cloud. How are we going to do that? Let's go to my cloud. So I'm going to say azure.microsoft.com. If it remembers my session, it won't ask. I'm just going to click on the portal here. Okay, it remembers my session. So now it's loading the same session. Let's open. This is Windows Azure. Basically, they give you a free trial and you get to actually keep some of your sites in here. So I'm gonna start by creating a website. I'm gonna call my website's demo project. Well, that's taken. So let's do it something weird. Let's say the demo. The demo is good. No one actually reserved that yet. So it's the demo, and then let's create the site. It's creating. All right, here's our website. It's completely empty. There's nothing in it. How do we know that? We can go here to Visual Studio and your Server Explorer. You get to refresh this guy. Since you're connected on the same account, it will say the demo. That's what you just created, and you get to do stuff with it. You get to stop it. Full control from there. You know, you don't have to actually sign in and go to some cPanel or any of that. You just right click and stop or start or run some web job on your website. But that's not the case, and you even get to view in the browser and refresh if you changed anything. There are no files in there right now. We know that for a fact because we didn't deploy or publish anything. But here's the cool feature though. You get to go and integrate source control with your website. So what happens here is that you click on setup deployment. You get to publish from anything you want, even from Dropbox, Bitbucket, CodeBlex, anything you want. We're gonna do it from Visual Studio, and then we're gonna refer to our Visual Studio repository. Remember here that I said binhabib.visualstudio.com, and I picked a specific project. Since this is the only project that I have in there, it probably just gonna pick this one. So let's authorize that. I'm gonna click accept. It's gonna ask me which website. Since I have only one, which is demo project, I'm just gonna click OK. Now it's linking these two together. So you have your version control on the cloud and you have your actual website on the cloud. So that's all you need. What will we do next? When we go to our site in here, let's go and make a little quick change. Just any change. Let's, for example, just take all these guys away. And now let's check in our changes. Check in. Some changes. Check in. Yes. All right. I made some changes in here. Now, since both are integrated, this website will take any deployment orders from your Visual Studio. So here's the moment of truth. You go here and you want to publish. Choose Microsoft Windows Azure and with your same account number, and then you choose the demo, which is what we just made, and then you click OK. It's going to try to publish. It's putting some credentials for you. You check that, and believe it or not, I made a couple of videos and it failed here for some reason. Never use the same names and stuff, but for now, so alright, it says your connection is valid. So let's just publish. Now notice what's happening to this guy. Down here it's giving you the details, and up here you will see the whole details of your website. I expect it not to work, of course, and I'll tell you why this happened. It's a big mistake that people make every time, and I'll explain why. So in here is what I did. I published my website as a debug version. Let's refresh this guy in here and see what we got. This is my whole site right here. Let's go ahead and choose the macro to the release, and then let's rebuild that. Let's check in my changes. It says you have only one change in the original site. Changed macro to release mode. Alright, so now we're good. Now let's try to deploy again on this guy. So we're going to go ahead and publish, but this time we're just going to publish right away. This little window, other than the source control, it shows you once you want to publish what exactly is going to be replaced. So you got all these files, including the web config. So let's publish again and let's see what happens. You get to change the option of how it launches the website right after it publishes it, but you get to change that. That's not a big deal. But the thing that a lot of people actually forget, and they keep searching in their web config files for hours, is what's going on, why it's not showing. Alright, here's my website. If you go right now while watching this video, if you go to the demo.azurewebsites.net, you're going to see my application out there on the web. So I can click on hello. Let's say Hassan again, and then click enter, and there you go. This is the whole process of actually doing an ASP.NET MVC page and then posting that on source control and Azure at the same time. You have also a lot of options in here that you probably want to check out. But for now, it shows you the deployments. You know, we have just deployed at 6:53, where it deployed from. You know, it keeps doing that directly from your actual source control. So I don't even have to do the publish. I only did this just for the speed, just to show you what's going on. But originally, it's actually taking from your repository, which is your source control. What happens is it doesn't just deploy it, it runs a test on it to make sure that it's not throwing any exceptions. If you go to this guy, it should show you somewhere here your build hours. See this? It says that it tried to build 8 minutes of 60. So what's going on here is that the more you do this, it will look up your minutes. It will look up how many minutes it took the site to build, and it actually deploys there. So that's a part of it. I was at deployment. Yep, and there you go. It's deploying every time you try or you actually make a change, and you actually get to see the log as well. So it will take you right straight here, and it will show you the build. You can actually download your report. You're gonna make diagnosis. It's gonna tell you what actually changed. Unbelievable, really, really cool service. It's a little pricey, but it's really, really cool in terms of development and rapid speed up and beyond. So it took now up to 2 minutes because our guy here, all right, now it's deployed. Every time a little change is going to happen, of course you get to control this. Of course you get to say, all right, I want to deploy every night. It's a nightly build. There are so many other features in here. I wanted to show you how to use the entity framework, but that's going to be for another video where you get to deploy your entity framework and right straight connect your Windows Azure, and you're good to go. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and let's talk again soon.